Are we alone, or are we just unaware of the abyss that surrounds us, stretches beyond us, and perhaps even peers back in ways we are not yet equipped to perceive? This question sits at the intersection of science, philosophy, and existential dread. Because to ask whether we are alone is not merely to ask about aliens, it's to confront the very limits of human awareness itself. The universe is vast beyond ordinary comprehension. There are hundreds of billions of galaxies, each with hundreds of billions of stars. Many of these stars host planets that orbit inhabitable zones, bathed in the same kind of stellar warmth that once nurtured life right here on Earth. Statistically, it seems almost arrogant to assume that life arose only once in such an enormous cosmic arena. And yet, when we listen, we hear nothing. When we look, we see silence. This contradiction between overwhelming probability and complete observational absence has been called the Great Silence. But maybe silence isn't emptiness. Maybe it's depth. The abyss may not be vacanted, may simply be layered in ways that human senses, instruments, and concepts cannot yet penetrate. Life elsewhere might not announce itself with radio waves or megastructures. It might exist on timescales far longer than our civilizations, emerging and vanishing like brief sparks in a cosmic night, missing us by millions of years. Or it might thrive in forms so alien that our very definition of life, carbon-based, water-dependent, biologically familiar, endures it completely invisible to us. Think about it. We're searching for something that looks like us, thinks like us, and communicates like us. What if that's the cosmic equivalent of searching for a needle in a haystack? When the haystack itself is made of something we don't even recognize, consciousness itself could be incredibly rare, fleeting, or distributed in ways that don't resemble intelligence as we imagine it. The abyss, in this sense, is not just outer space, but epistemic darkness, the boundary of what the human mind can meaningfully detect and understand. Even here on Earth, life existed for billions of years before developing technology, language, or so. Perhaps the universe is full of microbial worlds, quiet biospheres, or even collective intelligences embedded in oceans, atmospheres, or stellar processes, utterly indifferent to communication. They might not have any concept of us to communicate with in the first place. There's also the unsettling possibility that advanced civilizations deliberately remain silent. This is the dark forest theory. It's not necessarily out of fear, but perhaps out of wisdom, having learned that broadcasting one's presence into an unknown cosmos may be far more dangerous than it is comforting. The abyss could be watching, not malevolently, but indifferently, the way a person might observe an anthill without ever announcing themselves. We are simply not relevant to their cosmic concerns. Or maybe, just maybe, intelligence naturally turns inward. Advanced civilizations could migrate into virtual realities, compressed dimensions, or post-biological states that leave little outward trace. They might choose depth over expansion, introspection over building galactic empires. In that case, the universe would appear empty, not because it lacks minds, but because those minds have learned how to disappear from our view. Another possibility is more unsettling still. What if the abyss isn't outside us, but within the very structure of reality itself? What if consciousness is a rare anomaly, a temporary pattern arising from chaotic matter, destined to fade as the universe cools and complexity collapses? If so, then we are not just alone spatially, but temporarily awake during a brief, flickering window in an otherwise indifferent cosmic history. Yet even this bleak vision doesn't strip the question of its meaning. In fact, it sharpens it. If we truly are alone, then every thought, every culture, every piece of art, every act of curiosity becomes cosmically precious. We are the universe's only known way of observing itself. But if we are not alone, and are simply unaware, then our ignorance is not a failure but a stage one that humanity has encountered many times before. We once believed we were alone in our solar system, alone in our galaxy, alone at the very center of the universe. Each time, the abyss expanded, and with it, our humility. The true terror may not be that the universe is empty, but that it is full in ways that would shatter our assumptions about intelligence, communication, and existence itself. The abyss might not answer us because it is not obligated to speak in a language we recognize. In that sense, the question, "Are we alone?" transforms into something much deeper and more unsettling. Are we prepared to discover that we are not the primary observers of reality, that we are not the pinnacle of awareness, but merely one local expression of a much stranger cosmic story, until our tools, our theories, and our minds evolve enough to bridge that gap? We remain suspended between solitude and saturation, staring into the dark. We just don't know whether it is vacant or whether it is staring back, vast, ancient, and incomprehensibly silent. Thanks for watching. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.